Don't go near these 14 things. They're silently destroying your energy. You can meditate, visualize, think positive. But if these forces are in your field, nothing will shift. Your vibration will stay low, and your reality will reflect that. That's because your frequency isn't just shaped by what you do consciously. It's shaped by what you unconsciously allow. This video is a full breakdown of the 14 hidden forces that are blocking your power and how to cut them off before they control your mind, your field, and your destiny. What you'll hear might shake you, but it will also wake you up. No spiritual bypassing. Just raw clarity, emotional truth, and the kind of awareness that sets your soul free. If something inside you knows it's time to take your energy back, subscribe now. It starts here. There are places that don't need to speak to affect you. The walls carry echoes, the floor stores memories, and the silence feels heavy. You walk in, and your body knows before your mind understands. Something here doesn't belong to your frequency. Not all danger has form, some just has a presence. You can meditate for hours, visualize your dream life, repeat affirmations. But if the environment around you is dense, it pulls your energy down like gravity. Everything in your field begins to slow. Thoughts, intuition, joy. You don't need to be in chaos to be infected by it. The quantum field registers the residue of emotions left behind by others. Ever walked into a room and instantly felt drained, anxious, or foggy without knowing why? That's not your imagination. It's neurofrequency contamination, a silent theft of your clarity. Spaces hold vibrations. Like sponges hold water. You absorb what you don't question. But here's the hidden truth. Sometimes the most toxic environment is not the place. It's the person you keep letting into it. Or worse, it's the part of you that won't leave what's already expired. You're not just visiting vibration, you're becoming it. Not every prison has bars, some have vibrations. So the real question is, how many of your daily spaces are lowering you quietly? Your home, your workplace, your city, your own room. Energy lingers until it's cleansed or claimed. What happens when your environment becomes the author of your mood? Because what's coming next will reveal how people, not just places, rewrite your vibration without a word. You don't need someone to insult you for them to lower your energy. Just being near a person vibrating in fear, scarcity, or resentment is enough to distort your frequency. Every interaction is an energetic exchange, and some come with hidden costs. You walk away, but something of them stays. Have you ever felt exhausted after a conversation that seemed normal on the surface? That's not about what was said. It's about what was transmitted. The collective unconscious moves through people like invisible smoke, and if your field is open, you'll inhale everything. Energy is contagious, especially when it's unconscious. The most dangerous vibration is the one you normalize. Friends who always complain, family who speak in fear, lovers who drain instead of expand. You think you're helping, but you're actually absorbing their loop. You're not tired of life, you're tired of the energy you're living. If this feels uncomfortably familiar, leave a like. You're not alone in this. Protecting your vibration isn't cruelty, it's clarity. Not everyone deserves access to your field. Not every bond is sacred. Your frequency is your responsibility, and boundaries are the spiritual armor of the awakened. Focus plus emotion, creation. But if the emotion isn't yours, the creation won't be either. Here's the real shift. You don't just become who you are near. You vibrate what they can't process. So what happens when your circle is actually your trap? The next layer reveals how even what you eat rewires your vibration from the inside out. What you consume doesn't just feed your body, it programs your vibration. Every bite carries a frequency. Every drink is a message to your field. When you eat something dead, something processed, something drowned in artificial code, your inner frequency drops without asking for permission. Your quantum field becomes fogged. Have you ever felt mentally heavy after eating fast food or drinking too much? That's not digestion. That's distortion. Your brain loses clarity. Your emotional range shrinks. This isn't just about nutrients. It's about information. And every substance you consume either harmonizes or hijacks your brain plus heart. Coherence, alcohol, sugar, ultra-processed snacks. They sedate your spiritual receptors. You feel disconnected, unstable, tired. But natural, alive food? That restores your electrical charge. The body becomes a tuning fork again. Your body digests food. Your soul digests frequencies. Your vibration is a frequency that must be fueled, not just fed. When you choose high vibrational inputs, you don't just get healthier, you become more you. What you put in is what your cells chant. This is energetic transmutation, but through the mouth. Here's the question we rarely ask. What happens when your meal becomes your prison? Next, we'll explore how your own thoughts, not what surrounds you, might be the true saboteurs of your reality. Some prisons don't have walls. They have repeating thoughts. That voice in your head saying, "You're not ready. It's too late. Nothing ever works." It's not just noise. It's programming. And every time you believe it, your vibrational reality collapses into another version of lack. Your thoughts are not passive. They are architecture. They shape the field around you with ruthless precision. Negative self-talk is not just self-sabotage, it's emotional. Frequency looping through your subconscious. Thoughts are seeds. Your reality is the garden. The mind doesn't stop because you want peace. It stops when you rewire the pattern. Until then, the past will echo into your future through the stories you keep replaying. Guilt, doubt, fear. They're not emotions. They're commands to the field, and the field obeys. What you say to yourself becomes your spell. If you speak from fear, you summon fear. If you think in scarcity, you attract it. This is not poetry. It's physics. And the moment you become the observer, your power to rewrite begins. So ask yourself, if your thoughts create reality, whose voice is designing your world right now? Because what comes next will show how past emotions can bind your energy, even long after the story ended. You think it's over because it's no longer happening, but energy doesn't follow the calendar. It follows connection. Every time you revisit that memory, that person, that wound, you reopen a portal. Some ties don't fade. They feed, silently, constantly. Have you ever felt emotionally drained just thinking about someone from your past? That's not nostalgia. That's a neurofrequency cord still plugged into your field. Emotional energy leaves traces, and some never left. Some ties keep sucking you in even after they've been cut. Energetic attachments aren't always romantic. They're parental, ancestral, traumatic. They echo in your choices, your patterns, your reactions. You're not just haunted. You're still energetically present in a scene that ended long ago, and it's stealing your power breath by breath. Releasing isn't forgetting, it's reclaiming your field. When you cut these cords, with intention, presence, and emotional sovereignty, you free energy that was never meant to be borrowed forever. That's inner alchemical process in motion. But what if these cords aren't only emotional, but digital too? Because what we consume online might be shaping our field in ways even more invasive than memory. You're not just scrolling, you're synchronizing. Every piece of content you watch, listen to, or engage with becomes a code. That code imprints into your subconscious and subtly shifts your emotional frequency. What you consume, consumes. Negative news, violent media, mindless distractions. They're not harmless. They rewire your brain, plus heart coherence, distort your focus, and blur your connection to higher intuition. You're not just watching, you're being programmed. Have you noticed how you feel mentally exhausted after hours online without doing anything? That's vibrational saturation. Your nervous system collapses under invisible noise. The quantum field doesn't care if it's fiction. It reads the energy as real. The digital world is not neutral. Every video is a transmission. Every word is a spell. When you let chaos enter your eyes and ears without filters, you let it rewrite your field. Choose what enters, or lose control over what exits. But the most dangerous programs aren't online. They're the ones you repeat out, loud without realizing, because your own words might be the deepest curse in disguise. Every word you speak is a vibration that lives longer than you think. You might forget what you said, but your field doesn't. Complaints, gossip, self-sabotaging phrases, all of them code your vibrational reality. What you say today becomes the soil for what grows tomorrow. Words don't vanish, they echo. They structure your belief system, whether you mean them or not. I'm so unlucky. Nothing ever works for me. These aren't just phrases. They're subconscious contracts. Every word you say shapes the world you walk on. But there's something even heavier than words. Emotions you never allowed yourself to feel. Shame buried, anger ignored, guilt silenced. These don't disappear. They ferment. And while they sit in silence, they keep shaping your decisions and draining your energy. True release doesn't come from pretending you're healed. It comes from feeling what you never dared to face. When you speak truth into silence, you rupture the illusion, and that's when energetic transmutation begins. Emotion is the raw material of expansion, not the enemy. But what if these emotions are stuck not because they're too strong, but because your field is too clogged? Then the only path forward is purification, and it begins in the most sacred act of all, cleansing your energy. If you've ever wondered why certain patterns keep finding you, tap the card on the call screen. What you attract reveals more than you think. You wouldn't go weeks without showering your body, so why do you go months without cleansing your energy? Just like dirt, stagnant vibration builds up. It sticks to your field after certain conversations, places, and even thoughts. And no, it doesn't leave on its own. Salt baths, breath work, nature walks. These aren't rituals for the woo-woo. They're energetic maintenance. They dissolve the invisible weight you didn't even know you were carrying. Stagnant energy is like invisible dirt. It weighs you down without being seen. Every spiritual practice is a technology designed to restore your alignment with the quantum field. Cleansing clears the static between your signal and your intuition. Your thoughts become lighter. Your body reopens. You start hearing what was always there, beneath the noise. You don't need hours of silence or a retreat in the mountains. You just need to choose presence over autopilot. 5 minutes of awareness, intention, and breath can shift your entire frequency. This isn't superstition, it's energetic hygiene. But here's the secret. Cleansing only works if you stop letting the dirt back in. Because the next step is not only about purifying, it's about protecting your field before it's attacked again. Not everyone deserves access to your field. Just like you wouldn't leave your front door wide open to strangers, your energetic space also needs boundaries. Every conversation, every message, every social scroll, it's either charging your field or draining it. If you feel tired after talking to someone, that's a signal. If a situation keeps looping in your head, that's a leak. The observer creates reality, but if you're always reacting, you're not observing. You're absorbing. If you don't protect your field, the world decides your frequency. Saying no is not rejection, it's redirection. Silence can be a shield. Distance can be medicine. Protection is not about fear, it's about frequency. Your peace is your responsibility, and so is your vibration. Create filters. Be intentional. Guard your inputs like sacred gates, because everything you allow in shapes what comes out. You are the gatekeeper of your energy. Stand at the door of your vibration and decide who enters. But what happens when the invasion is internal? When the real betrayal is not who you let in, but who you stop being to stay accepted. The fastest way to lower your energy is to betray who you really are. Every time you say yes when you mean no, every time you shrink to fit, every time you silence your intuition, your vibration fractures. You don't just lose alignment, you lose yourself. Pretending is exhausting. Performing for acceptance is spiritual starvation. You wake up tired not from effort, but from fragmentation. Your neurofrequency splits when your truth is buried. Every time you betray who you are, your vibration bleeds. Real alignment doesn't come from fixing your life. It comes from remembering who you are when no one's watching. The closer you live to your essence, the stronger your field becomes. Authenticity isn't style, it's a frequency. Stop hiding behind versions of you built for survival. The world needs your vibration, not your mask. You are not here to be liked. You are here to resonate. And that only happens when your intention and the field finally agree. What's one truth about yourself you've been hiding just to feel accepted? Tell me in the comments. This space is sacred. But here's the paradox. To return to your truth, you don't need to do more. You need to become still. And that stillness lives in one place only: presence. You're not stuck in the past, you're scattered in it. Most people aren't anxious because of what's happening now. They're anxious because their awareness is trapped in timelines they can't control. Presence isn't a luxury, it's the only portal to freedom. When your mind time travels, your emotional frequency becomes fragmented. Regret pulls you backward, fear throws you forward, and the now becomes a blur. But the quantum field only responds to the signal you send now, not yesterday, not someday, now. The present is not just an instant, it's a vibrational portal. Stillness isn't emptiness, it's focus. And in that stillness, the field hears you clearly. Brain plus heart incoherence collapses the wave into reality. Without presence, your power is diluted. With presence, your creation becomes precise. Mindfulness is not a buzzword, it's frequency tuning. Every conscious breath is a command to the universe. Every moment of true presence is a return to your energetic center. You are not late. You are not lost. You are simply disconnected from the now. But what if presence isn't just about silence? What if it's also the beginning of emotional alchemy? Because to truly stay here, you must first feel everything you've been avoiding. The emotions you resist don't disappear. They transform into symptoms. Sadness becomes fatigue, anger becomes tension, shame becomes silence. But when you face them consciously, they don't destroy you, they refine you. That's the core of energetic transmutation. Pain is not the enemy, it's raw material. Every heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, all of it holds information. When you stop judging the emotion and start decoding it, your vibration rises. The emotion you resist is the key you refuse. Sovereignty means you no longer wait for someone else to shift your energy. You become your own healer, your own fire. Every time you transmute instead of react, you reclaim power from what once controlled you. That is inner alchemy in motion. No more outsourcing your mood. No more blaming others for how you feel. You're the frequency regulator now. The field bends to you when you stop bending to old pain. The observer creates reality, but only when the observer is whole. But what happens when you're no longer stuck in survival? When your energy is free to rise, not just recover? That's when manifestation stops being effort and becomes resonance. Most people try to manifest from the wrong place, from lack. They chase outcomes, affirm what they don't believe, and visualize while feeling disconnected. But manifestation isn't about trying, it's about matching. The field doesn't hear your words, it hears your frequency. If you're vibrating frustration, you'll attract more reasons to feel frustrated. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. The key isn't to force results, it's to become the version of you who already lives that reality. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you emanate. Focus plus emotion, creation, but not just any emotion, the one rooted in truth, not fear. When your heart is coherent and your mind is clear, manifestation becomes magnetic. You don't chase, you don't beg, you align. So stop looking outward. Instead ask, what am I broadcasting right now? Change your state, and the field will follow. Creation is not a push, it's a pull. And the moment you become a vibrational match, the universe delivers without hesitation. But what if alignment isn't enough? What if the real test is holding your vibration, even when everything around you tries to break it? If this message awakened something in you, share it with someone who's ready to rise. Your energy could be the spark they've been waiting for. True power isn't loud, it's unshakable. You know you've reached energetic mastery when your vibration holds steady. No matter the chaos, you stop reacting, you start radiating, and the world no longer tells you how to feel, because you've become the source. This level doesn't come from avoiding challenges, it comes from becoming untouchable inside them. Your field is no longer fragile, it's fortified. When something external tries to pull you down, it bounces back. True power is silent and absolutely impenetrable. Most people spiral because they wait for peace to arrive. But peace isn't something you wait for. It's something you embody. And once you hold that frequency, reality bends around it. Presence. Plus. Sovereignty. Unbreakable signal. You don't need more control. You need more coherence. The more anchored you are in your inner frequency, the less anything outside of you has power. That's not detachment, that's dominion, that's quantum integrity. But here's the final truth. Your vibration can be your armor or your sentence. Which one you choose rewrites your destiny. You've just uncovered 14 forces that were silently lowering your vibration. And now, you can finally see the truth. Your energy isn't weak. It was being stolen. But awareness is power. And now you hold the keys to cleanse, protect, and rebuild your frequency. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about reclaiming your vibrational reality. Because once your frequency is stable, your manifestations accelerate, your clarity returns, and your life starts to align, fast, but only if you stay conscious and stay in command of your field. So here's what I want you to do now. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like if this content shifted something in you. Comment below with this phrase, I protect my frequency and command my field. Let this be your declaration of power. And share this video with someone who's been feeling drained for no reason. They might be surrounded by what's invisible. Now that you know how energy is stolen, it's time to learn how to transmute it. Watch the next video.